What's going on, you guys? It's 𝗦𝗢𝗙𝗧𝗦 here, and if you didn't see, about 5 or 6 days ago, my semifinals run from American Ninja Warrior aired, and I got a full run showing. You guys got to see a glimpse into some of the ocean conservation work that I do, and you got to see my full run. I want to walk you through that run, talk to you about some of my mindset during it, talk to you about why I fell, where I fell, and how I feel moving on to Vegas. That is the good news. Before we begin the video, I just want to say I am moving on to Vegas, so I'm so excited for you guys to see me run there. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I'll start off by saying it was 50-ish degrees outside, which is crazy cold for a Floridian because it never gets to 50 degrees out here except in the very thick of the winter. And also it was about 11:30 p.m. at night, which is 2:30 a.m. my time, so it's really late. So that's another thing. And then, yeah, I was running around 10th in the night, something like that. And yeah, so I hopped into the starting line, get counted down, and I'm off. Shrinking steps. So I did these perfectly in qualifying, but in finals, when I caught the rope, I actually missed with one of my hands. And that is not how you want to start a course necessarily. They showed the replay of it afterwards, and I slid almost all the way down the rope. If I ended up failing there, that would have been really bad. Anyway, moving on from the shrinking steps to the twist and fly, fun. Ring chaser was scary because I was trying to pace myself, and yeah, so I'm going across the ring chaser. I missed the ring, but I do land a small ring. Gotta tell you, it was terrifying to do that small ring. That thing is scary. Then the dive and dash, super fun balance obstacle. Had a little trip, but it was nothing really to worry about. Next was the drop zone, super fun, scary because a couple people hit their heads, as you saw, but I made it through it. It was actually, I know a lot of people were saying it wasn't the best obstacle design, but after being on it, I actually really enjoyed the obstacle. So yeah, and then next was the warped wall, easy up, got to talk to 𝗧𝗛𝗢𝗥𝗧𝗦 for a minute, salmon ladder, super fun, and then came the padlock. So I'm gonna go into more depth on the padlock. Basically what happened was, when I was throwing from the first wheel to the second wheel, I felt super strong, and I landed on the second wheel good, and I was moving my foot down, and it actually slipped off of the wheel, and I didn't know that until after I watched it a couple nights ago. But yeah, my foot just slipped off, and because of the slip, it sent the wheel spinning to the right, and then there was no saving it after that, and I went down on the 8th obstacle in the semifinals. And I know there was a lot of predictions that I was going to clear the whole course, move on to the power tower, win the power tower. I know a lot of you guys thought I was capable of it, and I definitely know that I am capable of it, but that night just was not my night. It wasn't my best night for the mindset, it wasn't my best night physically, and obviously I went down on the 8th obstacle. So I wanted to say also, I love this picture because it's taken right before I go down. And there's a reason I love it, because this moment was where my mental game and Ninja Warrior changed forever. I'm gonna be a bit open and vulnerable with you guys on this one. I learned a lot from this run. You either win or you learn from a run, and you learn a lot. I'm not on here to say that falling is great because you learn lessons. No, falling is terrible. I hate falling. It's the worst thing you can do in Ninja. It's so disheartening. But after a ton, and I mean a ton of reflection, I was finally able to see the positives that this fall brought to me. It was disappointing because the insane amount of training that I put in before this run did not show while I was out there. I put in the most training I ever have for American Ninja Warrior this year, and it showed in my qualifier, but it did not show out in the semis to its full potential. So that was disappointing, but I did learn 3 main things from this run. The first thing I learned was to not lose your confidence, because I trained so hard. As I said, I trained so hard for this run, and then when I got out there, I lost a bit of confidence, and I questioned my abilities. That was the issue. And after this run, what I've done to stop questioning my abilities is I watch the courses that I've trained on, so I can remember that I've done much harder stuff than this in my training, so when I get out on the course, I feel much more comfortable. I found that in every competition past this one, my confidence has been sky high, and it's really helped me out. Another thing I learned, that mistakes can happen. Mistakes happen in Ninja Warrior all the time, and something that I would always struggle with in the past is that whenever I made a mistake, it would get in my head and I would fall on an easy obstacle. And this time, I did not let that get into my head. I missed the rope early. Oh my gosh, that was terrifying. I almost fell. I missed the ring on the ring chaser. Those were 2 things that were completely out of the plan that I had going into the run. But I still was able to keep a cool head and push through to the Ninja Killer, and I gave myself a fighting chance to move on to Vegas rather than just giving up on the shrinking steps with the ring chaser or any other obstacle for that matter. And 3, the best thing that this run taught me was to never ever give up, because I could have given up on any of those obstacles right there. When I made those mistakes, I could have given up and went into the water. And I did not give up. I kept pushing through and pushing through. And even though it wasn't the ideal course clear that I looked for, I did not give up. And I'm super proud of myself for that. And I will carry that with myself throughout the rest of my athletic career. I will carry out all 3 of those things that I learned into the rest of my athletic career. So I hope this gave you some more insight on how I was feeling in the days after. I still think about that fall, but after seeing it on TV, I'm kind of at peace with it. I really also enjoyed letting you guys see about my story, my ocean conservation work, because in qualifiers, I was fast forwarded, so you didn't get to see that. But this time you got to see about all my ocean conservation work. Drop a comment down below if you enjoyed the story. I thought they did a great job. NBC, their story producers, put that together perfectly. So for those of you ends, I want to show you a replica padlock that we built at Jungle Gym. It was really fun, and it was actually a lot harder than the version on the show because you had to turn it all the way down from the top. Just watch the clip. Yes, that was super fun. I was able to get used to it eventually. Even though it was harder than the one on the show, I was able to figure it out and all that. So yeah, it was super fun to be able to train after the show on the obstacle that took me out so I could have some ease with it. So thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share this video. We are gaining subscribers so quickly. Oh my gosh, it's insane. I don't understand how this channel is growing so quickly. It is beyond me. You guys, my fan base, are amazing. You guys come out to hang out with me 3 to 4 times a week. Every time you just keep returning over and over. I want to say thank you so much. Let's keep this channel growing. 100K subscribers in a year from now. It's going to happen with the support of you guys. I love my fan base. You guys are the best, and I will see you in the next one.